welcome to a new project. I was sitting here brainstorming what I'm going to be doing here. This is an oil pump, and it's a salvage part I took off of a trash machine, and it was actually a transfer pump for coolant oil. And I'm going to use this or this, which is a hydraulic pump, or actually a hydraulic motor, sorry. You drive your oil pressure through here, drives this and does whatever operation. In an application this came out of, there was actually an electric motor driven saw, and through a set of pulleys it also drove this via this little adapter here. So there was a shiv on here, a flat belt shiv, and it drove this, and this produced hydraulic pressure to perform some other operations within a machine that spun. So you would have had rotary unions and whatnot. So what they did to drive it externally, so they decided to put purpose a motor, hydraulic motor as a hydraulic pump. So anyways, that's where I got the idea for this. Was to use it as a pump for my foundry. So anyways, my two options are this. This is considerably less bulky and purpose made. So I thought, I'm going to try this one first. So here's my pump and my motor. This is bad boy. This is a DC motor. It's a Leeson. It's 1.5 amps, 90 volts, and now the foggy part is, it says 42 RPM, but now this actually attaches to a gearbox, and the outside of that gearbox, its output is 42 RPM. Obviously I don't have the rest of that, and I have no interest in it. For nameplate, this needs to run at about 1100 RPM, and I don't know what kind of output it does at that volume, but at any rate, that's what that's supposed to run at. This will do that speed without the extra gearbox. But now my problem is, and I have the drive as well. So I've got 0 to 100%. So I've got any range between whatever the top is is on this. I haven't measured it. Stop, start, run, blah 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 blah. I can put reverse in it if I ever if I want to purge my lines or something. But at any rate, so the project is how to mate this pump to this motor. Now, let's see if you can probably in frame there. This is a round shaft with a flat, and it's 9.25 millimeters. A little odd, but that's as close as I can get it. I put 3,650 thou, I think is what it was. Anyways, this is, it's been reconditioned. There's been some weld added, machined down, and it's relatively like a rectangular shaft. And let's see if I can get some standard. I'm looking at 2740 that way and 4760 that way. Let's see if we can do metric. 7 mil, 12.1 mil. Anyway, so the project is making an adapter for this. Now I was brainstorming what I was going to use. I've got some very large extruded aluminum stock that I could cut a piece out of. I think I've got one. Yeah. I've got pieces of aluminum like this, and I could machine the whole part straight out of this block. It's big enough to make up the footprint for the motor. So I could have done it out of that. But seeing as this is an upgrade to my foundry, my foundry is functional. I have a little bilge pump for a motor, for a motorboat. I think it runs off 12 volts. So my foundry is functional. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pattern. I'm going to build a pattern just for an adapter plate. It's going to be about yay big. And the initial thought was to use this Lovejoy. For those who aren't familiar with Lovejoys, this is a rather small one. So you've got one piece, an identical piece, and in between you've got a piece of stiff rubber. And basically all that does is help with settle down vibration and alignment issues and what have you. So I was considering using that, and I might still, but this isn't a permanent thing. I want to try it first. So I think what I might do is I'm going to make a pattern, and I'm going to make it about yay big, and I'm gonna give it a go with the pattern first, because again, this is an upgrade. It's not something I need right away. So that's the new project. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just starting to get into the pattern making. I just completed my first patterns for a set of wheels from this is the foundry again. So this will be number 2, and unlike the wheel, I'll do this one from scratch. And you can follow along. It's not going to be too intense. I'm going to machine most of it. I just want a basic part, something that's going to have the footprint at the top of this motor, or the front of this motor, and also that. So those are the 2 key elements, and then the rest I'm going to machine out. And I'll make it out of aluminum, because I've got tons of low-grade aluminum for casting, and this is the perfect situation for it. So there you go, new project afoot. Stay tuned for more details.